Welcome back, folks. So let's play Edna and Harvey, the Breakout. And when last we left off, we need to get B-Man some coffee. And I know what you're thinking, we know of a coffee machine. We do, but unfortunately we put lots of things in the coffee. So we're not going to be able to get a very tasty cup of coffee from that. We're going to have to try and find something else, if that's possible. Once we get him some coffee, he'll hopefully give us those crayons, and then we can doodle on everything all over again with crayon, including all the floors, the walls, and the ceilings. And I know what you're thinking right now, how are we going to get to the ceilings? Well, that's obvious. We're going to use 3 pieces of paper, an entire ton of cheese, and 14 rabbits. Trust me, try using those things together in any point-and-click adventure game, and you will make the most indestructible ladder that you've ever seen. Either that or I'm making this all up, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? We're gonna go through this door and hopefully find a coffee machine. It's not likely, but who knows? Let's go. Okay, of all the things that I expected to find beyond this door, this isn't it. It seems like we've found a speakeasy. And there are quite a lot of things for us to look at, and 2 people to talk to. We have Peter and the barkeeper. But first, let's look at the thing that's right next to us. There's a cocktail menu here. There's also a light switch, and I'm going to use that right now.
Cut that out, please. I need the darkness, so I don't have to see the world around me. It depresses me.
We're not going to be able to do that, it seems, until we make Peter a bit happier. I imagine we're going to have to do this so that we can spell out those letters on Bladder's screen. So we're going to have to figure out what's up with Peter. So let's look at the next thing that we can look at, and that is the cocktail menu. I wonder what we can get.
The choice is rather limited. Except for the stinky drink, everything has been crossed out.
I don't want to know what the stinky drink is.
What'll I have? What? There's only the stinky drink?
To be fair, you did know that already.
Barkeep, 1 drink, please.
I'll be with you in a minute. I'm still serving this gentleman here.
But he already has a drink.
Don't tell me my job.
Looks like we're not going to be getting a stinky drink anytime soon. Can we take the menu? We can! Ha-ha! We have yet another inventory item, and we're running drastically low on spaces here. Harvey, do you want a drink?
Would you like to order something, Harvey?
Champagne for all.
After we've escaped, okay?
Yippee!
Unfortunately, all we can order here is stinky drink. Polo mallet?
You should never play polo while drunk.
That's some very sound advice, Edna. Can we doodle all over this?
What shall I write?
I think we'll write everything.
Edna surprise. Okay.
There we go. We've written that. Can we write everything else?
What shall I write?
We'll write coffee.
Coffee. Okay.
Does this mean that we can then ask for these things from the barkeep? That would be pretty good.
What shall I write?
What about water?
Water. Okay.
To be fair, I imagine the barkeep should be able to get that. Then again, maybe he can't.
What shall I write?
What about... We want that. We really want that, but we'll pick this one first.
Biggity buggity boo. Okay.
Done. And finally...
What shall I write?
We want one of these.
Walkthrough. Okay.
We could ask the barkeep for a walkthrough. I wonder if he'll accommodate us. Let's see what happens if we use the cocktail menu with Captain Useless.
In this panel, we see Captain Useless ordering a martini, neither shaken nor stirred.
What's this? You can have them not shaken nor stirred? Madness.
The thing that's missing from this menu are hot drinks.
That's probably good because B-Man can't tolerate them. What about getting mustard on the menu?
Mustard is not on the menu. Maybe you get some with the stinky drink.
I still don't want to think about what we get with the stinky drink.
Ketchup isn't on the menu. Maybe you get some with the stinky drink.
I still don't want to think about that. It sounds disgusting.
There are no illegal alcoholic beverages listed here.
Too bad.
Although this stinky drink sounds like something that should be outlawed.
I was just about to say something about stinky drink, but the game beat me to it. What about the cornflakes?
Cornflakes are not on the menu. I got some nonetheless.
The world is a safari park, and you're behind the wheel.
And you have the cornflakes. The possibilities are endless. Let's use this with the pot, and of course, save the cup till last.
The pot is not on the menu. I got one nonetheless.
That you do. What about the key?
You'll be looking in vain if you're looking for keys on this menu.
Alas. Doesn't mean I won't try.
The fork is not on the menu. I got one nonetheless.
Life is a picnic, and you have a large basket.
There's a lot of dialogue with this menu.
This is a menu for drinks only.
We're not going to be getting any food here. What about my toenail?
It doesn't say so explicitly, but I bet toenails are one of the ingredients for the stinky drink.
I can imagine that, that's for sure. Can we use the pinking shears on the menu?
A couple of patterns can't hurt.
There we go. Now it has been altered.
I wonder if they have cocktails and group therapy.
I think you're confusing group therapy sessions with cocktail parties.
What's the difference?
People generally sit during group therapy sessions.
We've heard most of that dialogue before, but not the very beginning. Now let's put Dr. Marcel's signature on the menu.
What shall I write?
We shall write this.
Dr. Marcel Paradise cocktail with an umbrella. Okay.
It's done. Now we can look at the neon side. Look at how neon it is. Truly, it is of the future.
Ooh, this is so 80s.
And the 80s are so now as well. Just think about how many things from the 80s are current now. More than you'd think.
You are so 80s.
It's not going to say anything. It's too cool to talk to us.
Ooh, this is so 80s.
Can we take it?
Why? I don't want to open an internet cafe.
But why not? You'll bring in loads of money. Or will you?
What do you think of the neon sign, Harvey?
It is an instrument of the light.
Like me. What, for example?
We've heard that one before. Can we smash it?
I have an idea. If the...
We're going to get those interactions, fair enough. So clearly we need to use our new items on this, like the pinking shears.
I'll make my own neon sign. I already have the scissors. All I need now is some paper, glue, and light, of course.
And specifically, neon light. Good luck finding that and putting it in your inventory.
Even in bright light, you can see that there's only the stinky drink on it.
Fair enough. Let's look at the foosball table. Maybe we can play some foosball. I bet it doesn't have a ball.
A broken foosball table. Now I see why the loonies think this is a bar.
Why is it broken?
You all play like you have broomsticks up your butts.
That's kind of because... well, never mind. Let's use it.
It's broken, and there are no balls. Now I see why the loonies think this is a bar.
I was right about the no ball part.
If you want to move foosball tables, you should play against meta games.
Oh? Why is that? Harvey, what do you make of this?
Shall we pitch in for a game of foosball, Harvey?
Okay. Swing, bada, 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 swing.
Foosball, Harvey? Not that kind of pitching.
I see. Strike.
Harvey, you're hopeless.
Am I? Really? Like the Chicago Cubs?
I don't know if that fact is true now. Or then. Let's see if we can use the polo mallet to fix it.
What are you doing there, Edna?
Oops. I'm afraid I've forgotten the rules for foosball.
We will reconstitute your memory, Edna. I promise.
And then you will know how to play foosball like a pro.
What are you doing there, Edna?
Oops. I'm afraid I've forgotten the...
We will read.
So that has the same reaction. What about the comic book?
Captain Useless's headquarters, the basement cave. At the push of a button, the...
We've heard that one. What about the potholder?
What are you doing?
Oops.
We will.
Okay, most of these prompt the same reaction. I imagine the police badge won't, though.
What are you doing there?
Oops.
We will.
No, actually it does. I'm gonna stop using things on that for now, and instead look at... Ooh, there's a spoon! We want that. We know somebody who wants a spoon.
This is supposed to be a spoon?
It'll probably do.
You're not a spoon. You're a shameful shovel.
Ooh, a shovel! That's even better than a spoon! Oh, he'll want this. We just need to get it to him.
If I stir this, I'm likely to dredge up poisonous gases.
Let's not do that. We don't want to perish here. Can we take it?
Hey, don't touch that. That's the only spoon I could find in the whole house.
So, we're not going to be getting that right now. We're going to have to distract you, aren't we?
Look, Harvey. There's a shovel in this barrel.
Edna? That is a spoon.
Nonsense. Nonsense.
Are you all right, Edna?
We're going to be getting that at some point. Maybe we can swap it for our polo mallet.
Hey, don't touch that. That's the only...
No, we can't. Can we write on it?
Hey, that's the...
No, we can't. Can we use a comic book on it?
Hey, that...
No, we can't. We can't do anything with this. Which leaves only a few things for us to examine. One of them being the shelf. I dread to think what's on the shelf.
Those are not spirits. Those are detergents. Well, I guess most of them contain a fair amount of alcohol anyway.
I think we're getting closer as to what stinky drink is made of. I worry for your health. I worry seriously for your health.
What is this shelf trying to tell me? Nothing.
Fair enough. Can we use the stuff on here?
This is not a self-serve facility.
Are you sure? We could just ignore the barkeep and just take things ourselves. Don't do that in a store or any kind of drinking establishment, folks. It's very rude and likely to get you thrown out.
This is not a self...
And we can't do anything with the pickup command. Harvey?
What do you think of this shelf, Harvey?
I can't stand it. Let's knock it over.
Ugh, damn. Too heavy.
We'll have to find...
I think we're going to get the same reactions that we got for most of these items with the previous shelf, so we'll just use the new items, which are the pinking shears and the pot holders.
Those are not hot drinks. Just a second. These aren't even drinks. They're detergents.
Ooh, we might actually get some different dialogue. Pinking shears?
That doesn't make sense at first glance. And since it's the barkeeper's shelf, I don't really want to risk a second glance.
Good idea. What about the toenail?
I'll leave it here and get another later.
We can always leave a toenail there. We can always get more after all. Edna's toenails grow really quickly. I don't know how it works.
I need a signature in order to get therapy. The bar, on the other hand, is accessible at all times.
That it is. We have a signature, though. And we've doodled on the shelf. We can't see the results of it, but we have. Alright, Pot. Can we get some of this detergent? I have no idea what we'll use it for, but we can take it anyway. Possibly.
I'd better keep the pot.
Good plan. What about arresting the shelf?
Will you please blow into this tube? No alcohol, but a dangerous amount of utter nonsense.
Guilty as charged.
An incredibly dangerous amount. There are more interactions here than I thought there'd be.
Poking around the shelves doesn't have to be quite so literal.
That's what you think. We're gonna use the knife, too.
That doesn't make sense at first glance. And since it's the barkeeper's shelf,
We're not gonna risk a second glance, indeed. Key?
I think it's highly irresponsible not to lock this poisonous stuff away.
Well, they probably don't have access to something that can lock, to be fair. I'm wary of using the paper cup. Let's use the ketchup instead. There we go! It's now been augmented. You can add mustard to the stinky drink and ketchup. And I say mustard because... now there's mustard. Brilliant. We should also write on this. We've drawn eyes on that. Oh, that is such a subtle change, but it's amazing. Comic book?
The secret entrance to the basement cave. Unfortunately, the doctor is advised. That's what.
We've seen that one before. Now I'm going to save before I try using the cup. I just get the feeling the cup's going to dissolve as soon as it gets into contact with any of the detergent. It's not exactly the strongest thing. I so want to get back to where I can get more cups. Then I can just use the cup all the time without having to worry about losing it. Alright, cup.
I'll just leave it here. Nobody'll notice.
Now I don't know where you put it, but we've lost it. So we found yet another place that we can put the cup. I'm making a list of these places, folks. When I get access to more cups, I'm going to put the cups absolutely everywhere. There are going to be quite a few cups lost. Right, let's have a conversation, shall we? With the barkeep. But first, let's have a look at him.
Whoa, this guy is pretty creepy.
Let's say hi to him.
Barkeep, one drink, please.
I'll be with you in a minute.
But he already...
Don't tell.
We've already had that dialogue, so it's time to look at Peter.
He seems really depressed.
He certainly doesn't seem happy. Let's say hi.
Hey, you.
Hello.
I'm Edna. Who are you?
Hi, Edna. I'm Peter.
Really? What parents call their child Peter? How old are you anyway? Nobody's named Peter nowadays. My. What an exceptionally ugly name. I'd kill myself if I had a name like that. I mean, it isn't that bad. The name might be ugly, but it becomes you in a way.
I don't think you're making him feel better.
Is there something wrong with you?
Something wrong doesn't even begin to describe it. It's my 40th birthday today. Yet one more year, one more decade on the odometer. My life really can't get much worse.
You have a bipolar disorder, right?
The doc calls it that. Yeah.
And what do you call it?
I call it Peter.
Your life could get worse. We could start singing happy birthday to you. I could start singing happy birthday to you. Then you'd really be unhappy. You don't want me to sing happy birthday.
I could try to cheer you up a little.
You might as well try. I don't see how that could make things worse.
Ooh, we have options. Let's see what happens if we try this one.
It's a beautiful day and the sun is shining. Well, okay. That doesn't help you a great deal in here. You are locked up in here after all, so you can't share in all the great activities people can do on the outside. But maybe it helps to bear in mind that everyone else is having fun, because unlike you, they can do whatever they please. And let's be honest here, they're probably happy that you're not with them. You're not exactly the life and soul of a party. I've lost the thread just now. What was I driving at?
You wanted to cheer me up.
Oh yeah, right.
You weren't doing a good job of it, Edna. You really weren't.
At least you're still alive. That doesn't go without saying at your age, you know? You're entering a phase in your life where the only way is down. The good times won't return. And you might as well forget about all the achievements you haven't made by now. You've missed that boat, Peter. From this point on, it's going to get permanently worse. I've lost the thread just now. What was I driving at?
You wanted to cheer me up.
Oh yeah, right.
You're terrible at this, Edna. Stop while you're massively behind, and by that I mean you're now going to try this.
At least, you've got your health. Still, the decline will happen inevitably. You might as well be happy that at least the machine is still ticking away satisfactorily. Because that's what the body basically is. Not much more than a machine. And every machine ends up in a junkyard eventually. Of course, there's a long phase where you try to keep it running. A little fix here, a little repair there, but still, it's inevitable. It's better to not even try. No machine is designed to last forever, and you need to recognize the point where it's merely a nuisance to all. I've lost the thread just now. What was I driving at?
You wanted to cheer me up.
Oh yeah, right.
I also like that there's a different version of I've lost the thread just now after some of these dialogues, which are all terrible. We could try a joke. Oh, that's not gonna work.
So, this man walks into the docks. Well, the man is approximately your age, so that's old. The doc says, Peter, you won't be around much longer.
That wasn't the whole joke, was it?
What joke? I only wanted to gently prepare you for what's coming soon.
This is not exactly encouraging.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You are right, this isn't encouraging at all. Time to go for the ultimate gambit that's definitely not going to work.
Your problems are completely irrelevant in a cosmological context. To be more precise, you are irrelevant from a cosmological standpoint. I mean, what good does your existence do to anybody? And who will care when you don't exist anymore? Have you ever done anything that will leave a lasting effect? What is there that will last anyway? Nothing. Even the pyramids will crumble and fall eventually. In the end, all is futile, and all you ever struggled for, poof, just hot air. What I'm trying to say is, well, what exactly?
You wanted to cheer me up.
Oh yeah, right.
Never, ever, 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 ever become a therapist, Edna. I don't think you've got what it takes.
I give up. You're simply too hard a nut to crack.
Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
We have one more thing that we can ask, and we'll ask this before we say farewell.
Do you know a way out of here by any chance?
There is no way out. Not out of this building. Not out of this skin of mine. Not out of this life.
Hopefully there's a way that we can make you feel better, but we can't right now.
I'd better leave you alone in your despair.
Right. Why should anyone want to keep me company?
You're right. I don't know either.
We'll find some way to cheer you up. Maybe. Hopefully. Perhaps. And when we come back, folks, we'll be going through that door. We found out that we need to get Peter to feel a bit happier so that we can use his light switch, and we want that spoon. We really, really want that spoon. And I wonder what's behind this curtain. We may never know. It's probably the light. I can see light right there. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. Also, there are things here. They look like bottles, or they could be bowling pins. Who can say? Later.